Most leaders have a difficult time filtering the noise and sorting their list of priorities. Today, I'm going to share a lightweight process to help you sort your overflowing to-do list so you can focus on what matters most. Let's dive in. As business leaders, we have a tendency to convince ourselves that everything requires our attention. This is simply not true. Despite what you've been programmed to believe, everything is not a priority, and all priorities are not created equal. I want you to time travel to the end of the week. It's Friday. You had an absolutely great week. Why? Because you had time to work on and accomplish your most important priorities. I call these my big rocks. And as a result, you feel good. You have this feeling of accomplishment. Now I want you to imagine if every week felt like this. I know what you're thinking. It's not possible. Here's the truth. It is. See, on some weeks, it can feel like everyone wants something from you that it disrupts whatever plans you had for the week. When this becomes a common pattern, you have to make some adjustments. While everything may feel like a priority, you have to challenge yourself to filter your overflowing to-do list and then prioritize what matters most. See, filtering and prioritizing are two distinct processes. Most people have a difficult time sorting their list of priorities, and there's two reasons for this. One, they don't have a process for filtering their to-do list. And two, they have this false belief that someone else's priorities are their own. Today, I want to share a lightweight process that I leverage on a weekly basis to sort my overflowing to-do list. I call it the 4D filter, and it's an integral part of my Power Week Power Life system. And while I'll go in much detail in the system itself, let me give you a quick overview right now. The first D stands for dump. Review your to-do list and see what you can dump. What unnecessary tasks can you eliminate so you can focus on what's really important? A lot of people struggle with dumping tasks. They think everything has to get done. I'm confident that if we looked at your list, there's a ton of stuff on your windshield that isn't necessary. Learning to say no is a skill that every leader must practice. The more you practice saying no, the more comfortable you become. The second D of the 4D filter stands for defer. See, some tasks are important, but they're not the highest priority this week. Some tasks can feel more urgent or important than they actually are. So I want you to review your to-do list and identify the tasks that can wait. Does a specific task have to get done this week? If not, get it off this week's windshield and reprioritize it for later. It's okay to delay certain tasks. The third D, the 4D filter, stands for delegate. If someone can perform a task at least 2/3 as well as you can, delegate it. But delegate not only the task, delegate the responsibility of the task. Stop asking yourself, how can I do this? And reframe that question to say, who is the best person to delegate this to? Start filtering your to-do list with what you can dump, delegate, and defer. So the fourth D that stands for, this is when it comes out of that filter, is what it's to do. What remains is a short list of tasks that require your attention this week. Try this. Examine everything you tell yourself you have to do. Does every task have to get done today or this week? Can some tasks be reprioritized for later? Can you delegate a certain task to someone else? Can other tasks be eliminated altogether? See how quickly I'm rattling these off? These are just a few questions I ask myself on a weekly basis. As leaders, we can't mistake activity for achievement. We have a responsibility to ensure the most important stuff moves forward. And the only way to do that is to develop a system to filter the tasks you're working on. I use the 4D filter as the initial pass when I'm creating my weekly flight plan. The 4D filter is just one of a bunch of tools within my Power Week Power Life system where I show leaders how to create a system to get the right stuff done in less time so you free up time for yourself without this feeling of I gotta run faster, work harder, and do more. The one skill every leader needs is the ability to filter and prioritize their overflowing to-do list. Yet many struggle with this. If you want to master this skill, I encourage you to follow the link in the description for my Power Week Power Life system. I've documented every step of how I filter and prioritize multiple competing priorities, how I set boundaries, schedule meetings, delegate tasks, and how I protect and refuel my energy to stay extremely productive throughout the week. I've created worksheets, cheat sheets, how-to guides, and a ton of tools. I even have attempted to address questions I get like, how do I get back on track when you get off track, right? I don't teach you what to do. Instead, I give both the fundamentals and the tools that every leader needs to master the freedom of time. And then I coach you on how to implement those fundamentals and tools within your world. For more details, follow the link in the description. Okay, if you like what I shared today, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up, drop a comment below related to your business, and of course, subscribe, because each week I'm sharing content to help you and your team embrace change, focus your efforts, and accelerate results. Remember this, you're just one idea away. We'll talk to you soon.